Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today, along with me, we have Bruno Silva, one of the agency owners and running an info product business named Abdomen. But this is the person whom I know personally since a long time, and he's one of the great characters I have ever met. So, let's hear it from himself. Hey Bruno, how are you, man? What's up?
Hey, Khush. All good. First of all, thank you for inviting me for this podcast. I really appreciate that. And yeah, let's see how this goes, change some ideas, and maybe inspire some people that are watching this.
All right, perfect. So, Bruno, we're going to be starting with your introduction and what you do, what's your lifestyle, something about that.
Okay, so I'll try to keep it short, but
Okay.
basically, I'm running an info product business for almost a year and a half. I have a partner in that, and now starting at the side an agency with my brother in artificial intelligence field. So this is my priority right now. This is what I focus every day, and that's the main thing about me.
Okay. Bruno, let's go a bit into numbers. So, did you see success, and what was your context of earning? So, how much did you earn? Let's give the intro about that for all the audience.
Okay, so with the info product, I started a year and a half ago, and I have to say, like in the first 7-8 months, I didn't have any results, and then I can go deeper on that. But so far, we have made like from the start of this year $6,000 to $7,000. It was the moment where I started to see some success within the business, and man, it was really good to see that it can actually happen, because we see others succeeding in the business, and we do, but never see results. And this, even a small value like 6,000-7,000 is a small value for a business, but to start make me realize that I'm actually getting small successes. That's it.
All right, and that's wonderful. Bruno, I am really appreciative of you sharing that part because some people are not really up to the mark and they don't really want to share the exact results, but you are one of those who really want to come out and show the audience it's possible, and I appreciate that part. So, Bruno, just a question. So, you mentioned about $6,000 to $7,000, and is that per month or in the lifetime of your business?
From January to June, majority. Yeah.
Okay. And now, do you have
Because before, like I said before, I had no results. It was the learning phase from scratch, and therefore I did a lot of wrong steps that I will explain later. And that's why only from this year I start having these results.
okay? And do you mind telling us that do you have any consistent income at this moment, and if yes, how much?
So right now, regarding consistent income, it's from the info products. I will not tell how much. This one I will keep private, but I'm building the agency, which in about 1 month I expect to have and to close deals in a good range, like from 5,000 to 10,000 each deal. But then we can talk better next month or the other one. That's
For
my
sure.
expectations.
Let's get you on another podcast soon, bro. And that would be like another one, and where we're gonna explore
Yeah,
more about your business. Why not?
at the end of the year, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Okay, Bruno. So I'm not gonna be wasting much of our time over here and jump straight into questions. Sounds good?
Let's go.
All right. So in the early stages, the most critical area of focus that led to your growth and initial habits. So, bro, I know that many people have gone over different stuff in their life, but like regarding to you yourself, what are some steps in your initial stages that you said that that's like the switch in you that you wanted to go over and start earning money, and what made you go over this path?
You're saying what was my ignition to start the business?
Ignition and your initial steps. So, what are the steps you took, and what was the ignition, the drive which went you here?
Okay. So I could go really deep on this, but I'll try to make it short, really short. first my drive and then how did I start. Okay, my
Huh?
drive, I can say it was love. Okay, like the fuel, the reason I started the business, it was love. I met someone, and the only way to be with her was working remotely. Then I decided that I had to create an online business. That's where it all started, to be together with this person. And it was the only plan. There was no other way around. So I locked myself for more than a year until now, and I found the business partner, and we decided to start together this online business, info products, in the digital marketing space. How did I start? Actually, it was through network. Okay, so I had network, and these people were all in this field, and I'm talking networking in Brazil. I'm in Portugal, so all through the internet, and I basically start to talk with them, signed for a mentorship with someone, a big player in this field in Brazil, and I started to having these mentorship classes, starting to learn from scratch, and that were the main path to where I am right now. So that was the way I did it.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So you started out by just being a normal person, like everyone is. You started out by like not having the exact focus. You started out probably hanging out with your friends, and then you came to the realization of that I do something with my life, because if I want to have my true love and have to go around and visit her, then I would definitely want to have to work remotely, because if I'm tied to somewhere at a specific place with a job, then I can't move out. And if I can do, the holidays will be very short. So you
Yeah.
started taking things seriously and you went out to your capabilities and started doing remote work, which is an online business that has led you to here. I'm right.
Okay, so part of it is right, part of it is not. The part of the why, that's exactly like that. I needed to do this to be with her, and man, I tell you, like when it comes to love, you can put. It's like, you know that word, when like a man with a strong why can be almost anyhow. Like when my why is love, I do anything. You can put me up anyone, anything in my front to stop me. They cannot. Okay. But regarding the my life before starting the business, no, I actually always tried to do something, like to focus in my things, to do businesses which didn't work out in the past. So I don't like to hang out. I don't like to drink. I don't like to spend and waste time. So in this part, I was already kind of in this mental state of I have to do this for me. I was trying to do it in other contexts, in other businesses that didn't work out, but I always wanted this, like to work this way, to be focused.
Okay, so that's an interesting story. Like most people are like, yeah, they go out with friends, now they come to realization, and then they are starting out. But your story is something unique, and I would say that being an entrepreneur is a really difficult path for everyone. So it is a bit hustling. You have to go through a lot of struggles. You have to go through a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to your family. So I have seen people say their why is their family, because it is what actually it is. So if I'm a man, I want to provide for my future family. Okay. And in order to do that,
Yeah,
I need some money. And most people have that specific drive, and so does Bruno. But the only difference is he found his love right now, and he is trying to work towards building a future for them. But most men actually they have a future vision for their future wife, their future girlfriend, or let's say their entire family. So the one trait I would really believe in for millionaires, billionaires, or even trillionaires is they plan for generations and not for just themselves. Am I right, Bruno?
exactly. They plan ahead, they think long term, and they don't fall for instant pleasures. We all are human beings and we all fall for them, but we have to understand that if we keep doing it consistently, we will not thrive. We will not reach what we want to,
We are
because
gonna get addicted
we
to
will get
them,
distracted.
and that addiction is really, really bad, I would say. And as Bruno just pointed out, if you do it on a consistent period, that's what addiction is. And it's really hard to come out of it. It's really hard to. But even if you are addicted to, let's say, some content which is not appropriate for you, then you must get the vision to that I need to come out. Okay, you have to have to thrive. You have to understand that, okay, this is bad, this is good, and this is very good. So now you focus on the good, the goals, and what your future path is, and that is
Exactly.
what is gonna take you far.
No, you're completely right, man. And just a note, th- you know that many people fall into these pleasures, into these distractions because they don't have a clear vision. They don't have a clear goal of where they want to get, where they want to be, and because of that, they get distracted by pleasures, momentary pleasures. Like I want to feel this dopamine right now. I want to feel good because I don't know where I want to go. So I need to feel good at this moment, you know?
Okay,
This is
so
the line of thinking that people use and get distracted towards the long-term goals.
okay, perfect. So Bruno, I would say, man, you already shared us a path that you were a person who already wanted to do something, but I'm sure that it was never like that. Okay, it has recently been in the past 5 years. I would say in the last 5 years. But what was it like before? Like, how did you come into this path?
You're saying the entrepreneurial path.
Yeah, like the path where you started to focus on that I need to do something, on that focused mind. But before that, I am sure that you must have been somewhere or the other distracted doing something which is not appropriate.
Okay, so I can tell that since when I was 10 years, so I have examples in my family. My brother, my parent has a business. So, you know, when you have someone in your family that does something, you tend from young stage to do the same or to follow the same path. And I think this was the reason that I always had this drive in different things. I started to do magic, then music, then okay, there was a phase where I spent like 3 years only in the nature, collecting insects. This is weird for many people, but it was one of my passions at the time. I literally catch butterflies, scorpions. If you go to my Facebook to 2012 pictures you have there. So because I have an example at home, my brother always was focused. My parents are business owners. Like I intuitively followed the path, you know. So this I cannot say that I was this guy that was going to parties all the time because I was not. My friends can say that I don't like to drink. So yeah, this is me.
Okay, Bruno, that was an interesting story. But so were there any setbacks in your business life, so entrepreneur life? So there are many setbacks many people have to face, right? So what were some setbacks which you faced?
Okay, this one was tough, but it gave me a lesson that I can share with you. So I started the info product business 1.5 years ago, and at the time I thought, well, I want to study everything about the business. Let's do a research. Let's study the theory behind it. So I spend months and months and months just studying and not applying. And I waste 7 months with no results because I didn't took action. Um, and I faced a time where I was like, man, we are not getting anywhere. We are not applying and learning with the mistakes. That was the cause of it. So at that time, me and my partner, we realized, man, we have to stop, look at the others. What are the others doing? They are actually applying. They don't know a lot more than us, but they are applying. So they are knowing more by having mistakes and do it again. So my advice for everyone is to, okay, it's normal that you want to know and understand everything, but please don't just take action when you think you are perfect at it. Start and study, start and study. This is how you can avoid these mistakes that I made.
So Bruno, I would say something on this part. So um actually being in the course together, the course of Iman Ghazi and the one which we have met actually, and learnings through stuff. But man, I can proudly say at that part, we have people in our region, in our space, who have got results in 1 month, 2 months. Okay, but we even have people who have not got any results for a year. That's because it took them 7 months to just get the logo.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, man.
They
That's
took
that's
so much
exactly it.
time in learning. They spent so much time in, let's say, active procrastination, that they're doing something, but actually they did nothing. They just shit. So there's
Yeah,
a term in our program and the course in the people which we connect with is IPA. So what is IPA? It is income producing activities. So we believe that focus on IPAs and you'll get results automatically. So what are some examples of IPA? Outreach. So if you do consistent outreach for your specific niche, your specific service, specific product, then you're automatically going to get results no matter the time. No matter the time. Right, Bruno?
exactly.
And
Exactly. So,
do you have any comments on that part?
yeah, so basically prioritize. If we have short time to do something or any time, prioritize, like you said, the activities that are going to give us the results. The 80-20 Pareto law, basically.
Okay. So, Bruno, you have gone over such an entrepreneurial path. You must have gone over some books, right? Some books which you have gone over that helped you in your life. Would you mind sharing some examples of that with us?
Okay, so I have my shelf with some of them. Let me just. Okay, so one of them, it was one of the first I read actually, and man, this changed my life regarding mindset of how do rich people think. The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Man, if I cannot state enough how I like this book, please read it if you want to become successful, and understand the mindset of how do successful people and rich people think. So it gives you some, literally some bullet points with the way of thinking and how do you react in certain situations. So yeah, for example, rich people focus on opportunities, poor people focus on obstacles. The same situation, but they perceive it differently. If you
Exactly.
think a challenge is a way, no, if you understand that the challenge means that you are growing, it's different than you facing a challenge as an obstacle that you cannot like surpass. So, man, this book changed my mind. I yeah. Another one, and I'm still reading it, but it's so powerful. It's the 48 Laws of Power. Okay, the
Oh,
48 Laws of
this
Power.
book, come on, man, by Robert Greene. It's a book which has changed worlds, I would say. He even has a book now named 40 Laws of War and the Laws
Yeah,
of Mastery. He has two more books. And these books, I would say, can conquer a country, can conquer a kingdom, can even conquer a person. Stay aware of them. If a person has read them, just stay aware because he might any day conquer you. Okay.
exactly.
Okay. And some preferences which I really think, so commenting on the part where Bruno said that the secrets of millionaire mindset, I also have a book regarding it's the similar, but I would say has the same concepts. Uh, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. What do you think about
Yeah,
that? What do you think
I
about that?
haven't read it, but my father has that one in the table, so I have to read it. So, what do you think about that, Kush? Because you read it.
Okay, so basically that book has a few laws and a few points that like as your book has. It is basically on the concept of what has made Napoleon Hill Napoleon Hill. Okay. So what has made Iman Ghazi himself? It really has all the bullet points. Okay. So what he thought at the younger age had resulted in his older age. If you think you're gonna do it tomorrow, the tomorrow is never gonna come. Okay, so you have to focus on
Hmm.
things which are happening at the present, right, Bruno?
Exactly. That's
Okay,
so true.
that is so so true, Bruno. The next question I wanna ask for you is, so how do you balance the need with your tasks in your business and yourself? So how do you manage your business life with your personal life?
Okay, so I could say something pretty, but I won't. I will say this the truth. In the beginning, when you're creating a business, at least for me, think like this: it is a priority, right? If you want to create a business, it's really hard. It's a priority on your life. So there's not a balanced work-life thing in the beginning,
So
at least
true.
for me. There's no way, like, you can, okay, take a day and go to meet with some friends or family just to get your mind
Freshened
to
out.
clear your mind. Yeah, exactly. But you cannot have a 50-50 division between your work and your life when you're creating a business. If you're going to work to someone, then for sure you go to your work, and then you the rest of the time you go chilling, read a book, watch a movie, go with friends. But in a business, I spend, like I said, like 18 hours from 6 7 a.m. till midnight every day for more than a year. Of course, one day in the weekend I had a family dinner or family lunch, but 99% of the days just working, and I still do now.
Exactly.
80%
And
of the time, 80%.
Bruno, I would say that there's a quote that I would really want to share about this point. People have personal life embedding into the business, and you must connect
Yeah,
your personal life with your business life. So if this is a business life, have your personal life connected towards it. If not, you're gonna eventually fail at the beginning, because at the beginning your personal life and your business life are the same thing. You can't really, like, try
exactly.
and even try and even dismantle that part. Okay, later on the line, for sure, you can have a day or two that you will say, okay, so this is my personal life and your personal day. I'm not going to indulge in any sort of business work on this specific day. You can definitely have that, for sure, but after you have made something in your life. But right now you are a beginner, you have
Yeah,
made
man.
nothing in your life, so you are, let's say, sick. You are not doing anything at this point to make money.
Yeah.
You are probably
But
living under your parents' roof, probably doing something on your own. And people think that, okay, man, I'm just hearing a podcast, I'm probably gonna make some money. Fuck no, you're not gonna make any shit of money. Nothing. Until and unless
like they
you implement
say,
it.
you're masturbating your mind, just masturbating your mind with the idea that you actually are doing something.
Exactly. You are doing nothing. No, nothing actually. And what I would say is, people tend to go out, like, on a walks to freshen up their mind. I would say that is something you got to do, not hang out on YouTube, not hang out on Instagram. I have heard people saying that, oh man, I am just scrolling on Instagram to freshen my mind. You don't do that. If you do
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
during your work hours, that 5 minutes turn into hours. Hours turn into more than a couple hours. And those specific hours, the time you wasted, could have been implemented somewhere else in your business.
Yeah, and you feel drained. Your mind feels drained, and you're true about that. You have to marry your business. Like, you have to marry your business. That's the way. You cannot date your business if you want to take it seriously.
You have to
Of course,
be a
yeah,
more of a consumer. If you become a more of a consumer, you're not going to make anything. So market
exactly.
rewards people who are the creator of the content, and there are people who are consuming it. So today, me and Bruno are creator of this podcast. Okay, and you guys are hearing to this. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about my channel. But the first part, it is, you have to go over and start creating content if you want to actually see growth on your branding. Okay, so
Yeah,
but there's a difference between consuming content and creating content. If you focus on creating content, you're gonna get more output, more results, and more focus and more money. Eventually, not in a day, not in a year, not in 2 years, not in 5 years, but eventually you will. And I'm sure about that part. And I have seen multiple people fail in the few years, I would say. They're like, oh man, I'm not getting any results, I'm gonna give up. I'm like, oh fuck yes, go ahead, I'm gonna do the hard work and you sit there and chill. Okay, see my success one day, I'm gonna have a tea with you for one day. And that's
Yeah.
what keeps me going, man.
Yeah, no, but that's it. Like, if you expect to have results with just a video, you can stay laid down because you'll not get it. Or maybe you can viralize, right? But really hard. Yeah.
Mm, okay, so um Bruno, give me one mindset habit which you really had in order to get through this path of life.
One mindset habit.
Yeah, or one mindset technique which you had. So imagine today you were thinking something else, your mind was somewhere else, and you were slacking off, you feel like you're slacking off. So what was a mindset trick which you applied in order to get back on the track? For me, I can personally share that I have an SBA worksheet, which is see believe achieve worksheet, and I go with that when I feel I'm low. Okay, so Bruno, what's for
Yeah.
you, what's that for you?
Okay, so it's a similar thing. I have here. It's a vision board. Okay, I I'll not share some things here, but yeah, it's a vision board. And man, when I'm down, because we all get down, in the social media we seem all happy and everything is perfect, but in the backstage there's moments where we feel down. And when it happens, I think if I not work this hour or this day, I will not get to be with this person, or I will not get to reach my goal. Man, I
Correct.
feel something in my stomach, like you maybe also feel. If I'm not doing what I need to do until I feel that I'm actually achieving it, man, I feel bad with myself, and I think that's the only way to get there. I look at my vision board, and man, it
People
drives me.
have a so bad conviction about the sigma males. Okay, I have heard people say in my area of network in my school and some other stuff that, oh yo, you are a sigma boy, you are an alpha male, something about that shit. But let's be honest, man, those alpha males are doing much better, more work than you are ever doing in your entire day. Let's
Of
be
course.
honest about that part. Okay, I don't care what you say. I don't care about what you think. I don't care about what you say, that how much what they're thinking, what they're buying courses or you. I don't care about that part. But at least they're learning. At least they're putting in the work needed, right? Which you aren't. And if you aren't, you don't have any right to say that part. Okay.
Exactly.
And so tomorrow, if someone comes ahead of you and says that, okay, man, you know what, you are doing something, bro. Fuck you. You are. I'm gonna laugh at you. I'm gonna joke about you. I'm gonna joke around of you. I'm gonna bully you, bro. Just put your head down and keep working. Keep working, man.
Yeah.
Those days are gonna come. Those days are gonna come when they'll be gonna be doing a 9 to 5 job. They're gonna be at the McDonald's having burgers, and you're gonna be at a fancy restaurant
Exactly.
and you're gonna be having a cup of coffee with a multi-billionaire. Those days are gonna come. Don't worry about those days. Just keep. So there's a quote which I stick to. If you focus on the goals, you're not never gonna achieve it. Real men love the struggle. Real men love the struggle. Mark this down. So
The path. Yeah,
the
exactly.
path and the struggle. So if I really wanna make money, I'm not gonna wait it for. I'm not gonna expect it to come into 1 year. Some people might. And just remember that this course of path is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay. So you're not going to complete it in a year or in a day. You're gonna complete it in around 5 years, 6 months. Actually 6 years, sorry, not 6 months. There are different timings. So it's a marathon. It's not a specific sprint. You can't sprint the process. And God rewards people
Exactly.
who are disciplined. And God rewards people who are disciplined. If God sees that you are slacking off, if you are masturbating, then He's not going to reward you at the end of the day. He's going to say that I have better men over there. I have people who are actually putting in the work, who are not getting any results. I'm going to go ahead and reward them and not you because you chose to slack off. It was your mindset which said that, right?
Right. Totally right. You're totally right. And I want to add something also when you told about the people judging you and telling that you cannot do something. Man, think about this. Successful people never judge those who are also doing for their life, who are also trying to build a business to get further. Mediocre people, losers, they do. But successful people, they don't, because they went through the same. If we know someone like us trying to achieve something grateful, we will not judge them.
We are going to
We'll
support them.
inspire them and help them. Yeah, man, that's the way. That's why our network is so good, because we help each other. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you're from. Man, we have dozens of countries in our Imans Ghazi agency, and we talk with everyone, right? We are all from different places. This is what gets us together, like in the same path.
Okay. So, let's say tomorrow, Bruno, you have your desired life, your desired future. What are you gonna do with that?
Um, this is interesting, because as a human, we are never really accomplished. Like, we feel, at least me, I feel when I get to something that I want, I feel relieved, but I also want to go to the next level.
I want
I
to
don't
achieve
want to
more.
achieve a level. Yeah, exactly. Like, we want the next level. We get there, perfect. Our life is good. Next level, next level, next level. At least for me,
Exactly.
and
And
for you too.
I want to
Like I see.
comment on this part so much. So, I have seen people succeed. They have made 5K, they have made 10K per month. Now they have a consistent income. And now they take the step of the gas. And they are like sitting in the car, enjoying their work, enjoying their life. But I can tell you one thing about this part. So, God can take things as fast as He gives it. Okay? If things are being given to you by God, with God grace, that, okay, you are working so much, okay, here's her deal with 10K per month. He can take it away from you in an instant. You don't even care about that. And at the end of the day, when you get comfortable, you're gonna be finding it really difficult to come back on, right?
Exactly. You need always to be looking for to learn more, to keep updated with the market. Otherwise, others will pass you. But also something important. We cannot think. This has to be also a healthy thing, because if we get to a desired state and we are always stressed, I need more, in a bad way, we never will enjoy our current state. We never will enjoy, whenever we enjoy the people we are with. So we have to enjoy it, but think like, man, let's go more. Okay, but healthy way, don't
Become
you think?
Spartans, become Spartans. They always wanted to conquer countries after countries. They didn't wanna ever settle for one. But yet they did have their
Exactly.
own enjoyment time. Yeah, they did go to parties, they did smoke cigars, but they
Yeah,
didn't put their step down.
exactly.
Okay, Bruno, with that, I come to my next question for you. So, Bruno, how did you build your own mindset?
Okay, so yeah, when we think 2 years ago, indeed, I was thinking really differently. Despite I wanted something, what got me to this state of mind was actually everything that I faced through this way, and every content that I consumed that aggregated value to me. My networking, so every people that I met, it changed my mindset. So the more I talk with successful people, the more I consume these books, the more my mind changed. Like, I became what I consumed. That's why we have this uh, cliche: the 5 people that you hang with, or the 5 anything that you do, will reflect on the way you are, on the way you will become. So this is what I did to change my mindset. Like,
Exactly, man. And if you focus on the journey you are on, you're always gonna get motivated yourself. No need to even get a motivation, man. Okay, so Bruno, with that being said, I think I am going to wrap up with two more questions, but let's go ahead and ask them for you. So the first question is, Bruno, what's you already told us your why, right? So that's your biggest why. But what is the other reason which made you to come on this path? So You could have even gone for starting a remote business, like an offline business, and then scaled it so much that you don't have to even work in it. You could have even done that, right? But what made you go over the remote path? Was it like they're gonna get rich quick, or what was it?
I always wanted I always wanted the freedom that we know, like work anywhere and whenever I want. Okay, but especially anywhere. I want to be in a country and be able to work there. But I never wanted actually to work to someone. I never had a job working for someone. Always did my own things. And besides love was my ignition. Like I had to do this. But then I combined this fuel with my desire to do something anywhere. So it was perfect combination. Then I found that the only way to do this was creating an online business. Man, I put aside everything. I was doing electronics, robotics projects to try to sell and put on Kickstarter. I had there the projects. But man, it was such a huge investment compared with the online business. And we have to think, you can start literally with zero online or just a couple of dollars online, but in the physical world, you have to invest thousands to patent the product, thousands to create a shop. So this was another thing that I always think about
Rather
and
millions.
made me choose the online.
Sometimes you have to
Yeah,
invest millions, and that's nothing for the offline world.
yeah.
So, Bruno, wrapping up with one more question before I go, before we end the stream. So, the question for you is, what was your biggest skill or the best skill which you have ever learned in your journey path?
Hmm. Okay. If I had to choose one skill that made me achieve what I achieved, which is still small and is going to make me achieve big things, is my ability to focus and to persist on something. If I say I'm going to do something, I will do until the end and no one can stop me. This is, how do you call it, persistence?
So, I would say that you are arrogant, right?
No, no. Yeah, I don't think, what do you describe as arrogant?
So, arrogant towards your own goals, arrogant towards your own work, that I'm not going to slack off.
Okay, yeah, now I'm talking more convicted, it seems like. You can say, yeah, you can say that I'm arrogant for myself toward my goals. I'm not arrogant to others. I help others, but towards my goals, for myself, I'm arrogant to myself, if I can say like this. And like,
Guys,
if I put
anyone,
something in my mind, I have to achieve it. Yeah.
anyone watching this podcast, I am going to let you know that Bruno is a great guy. If you want to connect with him, go over his socials like LinkedIn, even his Instagram, and just send him a comment that, hey man, I just like your podcast. What's up? Hit him up. He's always down for that. He's a good person. Have a chat with him. He's always down to network. But the skill which he told, the ability to focus, and the saying which, if I said that I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it. No one can stop you from it, is really, really powerful.
Yeah.
And that hit me down there. And that hit me down there. I'm going to say that specifically. So, Bruno, before we wrap up, I want you to leave the audience with a quote with that you believe and like stick to.
Okay. If you want something, do it yourself because no one will grab your hand and do it for you. And think that you have value and you can do it. If the others can succeed, you can succeed as well.
So, what Bruno says there is very right. When a man realizes that no one's going to come to save him, or even a woman when realize that no one's gonna come to save him or her and not gonna provide for her, then she or him is definitely gonna work towards his goals. And that is very honest, to be honest. So with that being said, Bruno, I think we come to the end of our podcast, which I am really delighted to say that I am proud to have you as a guest over here, a person who has made 6 to 7K till now, but on the way to make millions, and definitely gonna cover up with me someday for sure. I think so. And guys, I'm gonna be posting another podcast with him at the end of this year, hopefully when he is at 100K. for sure. So
Thank you, Kash, a lot. Also, man, this is such an initiative that I'm sure that these podcasts that you are doing will inspire a lot of people. So congrats to you also.
thank you, Bruno. I love that part.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, audience, I would thank you for watching the entire video. Make sure to subscribe for another new podcast, upcoming podcast. We are definitely gonna be having new guests over every week or every month, and I'm gonna be bringing some of you guys as well in the upcoming future. All right, so make sure to hit me up on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and even go follow and show some love to Bruno. He's a great guy, you know. So, with that being said, thank you for watching and see you in the next one, people.